Where is our money best spent if we want to get healthy? I ask this question because we spend most of our lives making money and we forget our health. And then when we lose our health at the end of our lives in our retirement years, we spend all our money to gain our health back. And so the question is, where do we spend our money when we lose our health? Well, really the best thing to do is to prevent that from ever happening and invest in our health today. But most of us, including myself, we wait till the symptoms come and till our body breaks down. And I've been in practice for 20 years now, almost 20 years, and I've now made it a priority for me and my family to get adjusted regularly and to check their body. And in our office, we check the three potential causes of lack of health. There is a point, a reflex point here representing our physical health or physical misalignments, which chiropractic commonly treats. There's a point right here that we can check through muscle testing called our biochemical imbalance point. And third, this is our emotional imbalance or neurotransmitter imbalance, which affects things like depression and stress. This affects things like, you name it, from low energy to imbalance of hormones to even certain types of hormone imbalances leading to cancer like breast cancer and prostate cancer, to digestive health, to even depression. And so we check all three things here at this office. And my philosophy has always been that let's prevent it from happening before it turns into a problem. But if unfortunately we ignore our health and we make all our money and ignore our health, and now we lose our health, now we have to spend money to regain our health if it's possible. Where is our money best spent? Well, obviously my philosophy, you can go either the medical route or you can go the alternative route. And I'm an alternative doctor, so I'm biased towards the alternative route. My passion is strong in this area because we need each other. We need medical doctors. I send out to medical doctors for acute cases that can be better served at a medical setting. But in most cases of chronic conditions, we spend millions of dollars on research and medical intervention, but our health is no better off. The problem becomes there isn't a whole other business side to the medical profession that's linked to the pharmaceutical industry. The pharmaceutical industry, as we watch, and I encourage you to watch this movie called Doctor that was just released last year, they're in bed together. And what happens is the pharmaceutical industry has a strong play and pull on the medical profession. They get their drugs out through the medical profession, and they educate the public through 20,000 hours of drug commercials by the time someone is 18 years old. It's a sad thing when business takes over health and business starts killing people, because over 125,000 people die each year. It's not reported in the news because of properly prescribed medical drugs. People don't know about that. And my passion is to educate people because they can solve their own body by taking care of themselves naturally with natural things that don't cause side effects. Now, we've been called quacks. I'm going to be straightforward with you. We've been called quacks. We've been called not doctors. Where does that come from? Well, if you watch the movie Doctor, you'll be able to see where that comes from. Over almost 40 years ago, the medical profession put out a quack pack in the lockers of young, impressionable medical students, and they said, these are quacks. When you become a doctor, you need to tell patients that come to you, there'll be many people that say, you know what, hey, I've been getting help by my chiropractor, but this is what you need to say. Chiropractors are like cute little dogs, but they're rabid. They're killers. That's what the pharmaceutical industry, in this particular situation, the American Medical Association, they created this committee on quackery. Originally, it was called the Committee of Chiropractic, but that was too noble, so they said, well, let's call it the Committee on Quackery. And they told these impressionable students in their lockers, they presented this quack pack. When people's lives are being destroyed because they never went to a chiropractor, when they could have been completely helped and healed by alternative medicine because they think that we're quacks, that's unforgivable. because that's the business side of drugs and pharmaceutical industries and even the medical profession. So 5 chiropractors took the American Medical Association to court almost 40 years ago, and in a 10-year court case, the medical profession, the AMA, was convicted of committing antitrust. In they were convicted of trying to destroy the chiropractic profession. So leads me to today. I think about my story. I think about how I almost lost my gallbladder about 15 years ago, and I lost my health. I felt like I was losing my health. I got to the point where I was losing hair. I had no energy. I was having white skin spots on my back that I thought I was born with, and it culminated to the point where I had felt like I could not eat anything because I was having gas and bloating, to the point where I was really uncomfortable. I couldn't sleep in a certain position, and I could not eat because I was bloated. It was my gallbladder, and I had just become a chiropractor, and that started my journey of health, doing it the natural way. I said I wanted to try this naturally. So I went on a 2-year journey to discover, what am I going to do to fix this problem? I was frustrated, and I tried a lot of different things. I spent thousands of dollars on supplements. I did acupressure, and the combination of acupressure and some herbs, I was able to solve my gallbladder problem without doing surgery, and I was really grateful. And I was always questioning each year, okay, is it going to come back? Is it coming back? Well, now it's been several years now, and I lead a normal life, and I'm very grateful. And that's what can happen naturally without taking out the gallbladder. So my encouragement to you is, if you have any inkling of openness towards how to take care of yourself the natural way, please do some research. Find things out. The older that we get, the more that we realize that drugs just don't cut it. Surgeries, most people don't want it, and do they really help anyways? Question mark. My cousin works for a medical surgery place, and she says 50% of those back surgeries or knee surgeries, they have to get another surgery. So the question is, how do we spend our money the best way, in the most fruitful way, to cause health in our body? And the drug companies are going to tell you this, because why? They're selling drugs to promote their products. They're not going to say eat better. They're not going to say, everyone says you need to exercise more, but they're not going to say take natural supplements because they can help you. No. That's why millions, I'm not sure how much, but literally millions and millions of dollars are being spent on cash, out-of-pocket expenses to take care of our health naturally, because people believe in this stuff. They don't like to take the drugs. So be open, watch the movie Doctored, and consider the research that's out there. Our office has gone to the next level because we verify our procedures with lab testing. That is something that medical doctors can see as valid. Our testing procedures here, which involve muscle testing, are up to 98% accurate. And so I not only do the test here, but then I confirm it if they're deficient in vitamin D, or if their adrenal stress organ is out of balance and they are completely fatigued, or their female hormones are off. I verify it. What if I detect a parasite in muscle testing? I verify that with a parasite stool test. We had a 7-year-old girl here. She came and said, her mom said she has an itchy tongue and she has joint pains in her legs. And I go, well, let's check her. I found parasites, and I said, you need to get a stool test. She got the stool test done. It came back positive for a very nasty bug. And I told her, the best way to solve this is getting an antibiotic. So I referred her to the medical doctor. She got it done. And I told her, you need to have everybody get tested in your family because this is contagious. So that's what I'm passionate about, is helping people naturally. She resolved from her condition. I'm grateful that I can restore hope in people like this 7-year-old girl and the family, and being able to implant seeds for health for the rest of their life. It starts when you're young. I work hard to try to implant in my children who are young now a philosophy of health where their body is able to heal itself if you just give it the right nutrients, if you exercise, if you think good. And if you get checked regularly to prevent it from coming, because I can check something before it turns into a major problem later on. That's exciting to me, and that is something which should be on the forefront of people's health in their minds today. Their mind should not go, let's turn to a drug, let's turn to surgery as a last resort, but let's turn to chiropractic first. Let's turn to alternative medicine first, because that's what most of the world's population is doing anyway. Unfortunately, we have it a little backwards here in the United States, and we turn to medical doctor first, drugs first, and we tend to be lazy about our health. But as you all know, if we don't invest in our health, if we don't invest in our children today, it's going to have large negative health repercussions in the future. So watch the movie Doctor. There's a trailer down below. God bless. My name is Dr. Paul with the Body Intelligence Center.